Away, Legate! Your home welcomes you and both of your victorious legions. Death comes to us all eventually. All we can do is delay it. Sometimes not even that is possible. I'm sure you have a lot of things to discuss before you disband. Let me know when you're ready to proceed.
Last time we stood here with a legion, we had Lucullus with us. I know he was your patronus, but the man was like a father to me. We will. I will. I hate to be back in this shithole of shit. Well, at least you're not getting married. I'm a woman. Getting married is the purpose of my life. It's a whole thing. We'll talk about it later. It's tempting. I can't say it wouldn't be nice to have a home here again. With you. Let me try to clean out some of the skeletons in my closet first. Then, if everything works out somehow, we can talk about this again. I don't know yet. There's a lot I need to take care of. I'll let you know if I suddenly turn into a damsel in distress. I'm not really sure about that. We have denied Lurko the control of Egypt, but we also made him look like a hero. Let us hope you're right, for everyone's sake.
Is it time? I've told you before, it is this idleness that bothers me. Can't we just quickly go in? I have things to do. I do have some personal matters to attend to. I'll take it easy. This campaign made me realize there is a lot to learn. And while Sinaros is a great magister, it is impossible for him to teach me everything. But he said if he teaches me how to fish, my problems will be solved. Perhaps I misunderstood. I am already skilled at fishing, but Magister rarely turns out to be wrong, so I am intrigued. Of course, what's not to like? We are the scourge of Egypt. We have slain all of our foes. They shall sing our names for years to come. I know you are not entirely happy about being saved by Lurko. Do not worry, though. Vengeance will be ours. Patience is the sharpest weapon of a hunter. And strike when the time is ripe.
Recent events are making me think about the way we're approaching our long-term problems. No matter what we do, our opponent seems to retain the upper hand. This is the second time he's accomplished the same trick. I think we now know the way he plays the game. We're clearly not playing by the same rules. It's for this reason that the game is not fair. We stop playing fair. Consider the Rubicon. No Legatus is allowed to keep their command inside the Pomerium. The Legion shall always disband here, beyond these predefined borders. So it is written, so it shall be done. Of course, because the law threatens obliteration, everyone obeys it, and everyone expects it to be obeyed. That makes us predictable. This is how Loco always wins. He knows what our possible moves are, so he prepares himself accordingly. He plans for both outcomes and controls the result either way. Now, consider the results of a commander crossing the Rubicon with his legion, ignoring the ancient law and the tradition. No one would expect something like that. Loco exploits our adherence to established norms and patterns. As long as we're playing the same game, he wins. I admit that is within the realm of possibility. But do also consider that sometimes, in order to hunt the beast, the hunter has to become a beast himself. My frail bones are in dire need of warm water and a well-executed massage, but I also have an interesting meeting to attend. Indeed, a lady who allegedly knows the solution to the one formula of Pythagoras. The one formula, the solution to all that was, all there is, and all there ever will be. Pythagoras famously believed that what we perceive is a mere reflection of a world of numbers, a world of conditions and formulaic instructions, a construct or a mere representation of a true reality that could easily be derived from one formula. He who knows the formula knows all. Not at all. I'm saying once I know the formula, we will not need to think about Vitellius Loco at all. Egypt represents a clear victory. With Cleopatra out of the picture, the Senate can surely be persuaded to grant rulership of the area to you. Indeed, but there is no telling if she was going to remain an ally forever. With her gone, there's one less piece we have to worry about.
Do not worry. I will not ask to live with you again this time. There is important thing I must do anyway. I need to find man who killed my sister, Silvius. Habron said he is important member of Collegium Bacchus. If he is not here, he has cause to return at least. And when he does, I will be waiting. We will see what happens. He will just make mess of it. I prefer to bring Callida, but she has her own problems. I will.
Let's get this over with. Where to even start? I served with Lucullus for the majority of my life. In a way, he turned me into the man I am today. In return, I caused his death. He would have been alive today if we hadn't delayed our departure for the sake of fixing my mistakes. Nothing but a disappointment. And you are more of a sibling to me than my own little brother. It is comforting to know I have never disappointed you. But somehow I feel like I have failed in that big quest that is my life. I should have been more important, more significant. Feels like something old Cinerus would say. There is one thing I can tell you, though. Caeso Quinctius Aquilinus will never be a villain. Enough of those roaming around. Probably, but not for the reasons you might think. Well, in that case, maybe I'm not the Caeso you know anymore. And what if I don't like my nature? Should I end my life? One can hope. It certainly ended better than it started. It's a shame the Queen did not survive. Nevertheless, I wish we were able to save Lucullus. If only we had departed a day earlier. You're probably right. Still, it makes me wonder. There's something I need to handle now that we're back. I may call on you if I need your help, but hopefully it won't come to that.
Time to disband, Legate? You will always be a warrior at heart. Now it's time to be a citizen.
Today's augury casts doubt and confusion. I bring forth the following relatio, the result of which is to be decided per discretionem no later than the sun disappears beyond the horizon. Today's relatio presented itself and is thus natural. There shall be an assignment of territory and responsibility.
Thanks to you, Egypt is presently without a ruler. With the unfortunate demise of the proconsul of Africa, there's an obvious question of control.
The issue is of the utmost importance, and the candidate, I believe, is obvious. The only question is, does the conqueror of Egypt wish to shoulder this responsibility?
An unexpected turn of events. May I ask why you would refuse such an honor? Admirable of you to recognize your failures.
As such, I believe it would be up to Vitellius Lurco to propose a candidate.
I can think of someone who would be perfect for this position. A commander whose deeds were regretfully disregarded previously. Aurelius Cotta.
Really? Well, I accept. In the absence of another petition, I declare the relatio decided then. Hail the new proconsul of Africa. May he bring prosperity and the peace of Rome to that land. Did you hear? We have taken control of Egypt. If you ask me, it was long overdue.
Now, if the bread continues to be stale, we have only our own bakers to blame.
I do house calls in the evenings. Salve, Legate. Welcome back. Is there anything you need? You have purchased all my spare linen, and it is still not enough. I'm very sorry, I cannot spare any more.
The noble senator Marcus Aurelius Cotta announces his imminent departure from the city. He will take up his seat in Alexandria as proconsul of Egypt.
I must hire 6 serwi to take an ox cart to Suessa and pick up a mill grinder.
That's a 6-day trip. That'll cost you 72 sesterti.
When can they leave?
In 2 days?
Deal.
That is almost twice the price I normally pay.
Blame the war in Egypt. The price will fall again soon now that the war's over.
What good will that do me when I need it tonight? I'll take 3.
Salve, Domine. How can I be of assistance? My father. He's working inside. Do you need me to get him? Oh, that's right. He's told us a lot about you. Please wait here. I'll go get him.
Legate, it's good to see you out of your uniform again. How is civilian life treating you this time? Indeed I have. My family must eat. She is the youngest of the clutch. I tell her she should find a nice rich patrician boy to marry, but she insists she enjoys helping me sell what I make. It has been better, but it has also been worse. There will always be people in need of horseshoes and kitchen pots. Only the best things. You are held in great esteem in my household. For you, it would have to be something prestigious. Tell me, have you heard of a parazonium? It is a dagger of a particular design which is set to imbue its wielder with the aura of courage. You'll see many statues of famous military commanders wielding it. What say you? I can sell you one that you'll be proud to show off. It's a symbol of prestige more than anything. Jewelry for a great soldier. To tell you the truth, I have one almost finished. It was ordered for the scion of another patrician house who was going to be a tribunus under Crassus. The young fool bedded the wrong girl and was stripped of his military commission, and the order was cancelled. If you'll wait for an hour, I will personalize it for you and finish the work. Ah, good, you're back. The parazonium is finished. I engraved your initials on the hilt and got it nice and sharp for you. A well-tempered and carburized blade, if I do say so myself. In a manner of speaking, as long as the men believe it, they will fight all the fiercer when you are near. Thank you, but it's not for sale. If you ever go to war again, I'll be with you. But here in Rome, I prefer my freedom. It was good to see you again, Legate. But if that'll be all, I must get back to work.
I ordered 5 sacks and you delivered 4.
I sent my apprentice off with 5 sacks. 5 is what you received.
You think I cannot count? Or are you calling me a liar?
I am saying you got the sacks you paid for.
I did not come here to argue. Give me the 5th sack now, or neither I nor any of my clientes will ever buy from you again. I will ensure you are out of business by the end of the year.
My wife's family dreads the next census. I'm certain they will not be allowed to remain in their current class.
That's right. You told me they had lost their cattle over the winter.
Some kind of disease. She will be devastated if the censors reduce her father's standing.
I love your dress. Where did you get it?
Thank you. It was purchased from Iomachia's clothing market in Pompeii.
I must arrange to visit that soon then. You look like you've been sleeping poorly. Is something wrong?
It's kind of you to ask. My husband has fallen ill.
That's right, you told me last time we met. Has he not improved?
He's only got worse. We had to leave him with the Medici at the clinic.
I'm so sorry. I will pray for him at the Temple of Apollo Medicus tonight.
Personally, I hope Polybius is elected Aedile. He makes fine bread.
Good bread hardly makes a man qualified for Aedile. Personally, my vote is for Wattia.
You only say that because your collegium recommends him.
Nonsense! I think he's worthy of the city.
Are you still looking for work?
I do have work, but I would like a new one. My Dominus is slow to pay.
An acquaintance of mine has opened a new Calpurnia. I can put in a good word.
That's very kind of you. I think I may take you up on that.
There was a great fire yesterday in the low dwellings. 5 buildings burnt. 2 of them were completely destroyed.
I saw the smoke. Has Crassus made his move yet?
Of course he has. He was there while the fire still smouldered. He bought that entire district for a pittance.
That vulture.
the great Gaeso Quinctius Aquilinus. Your reputation precedes you. They tell me you're here on business. So, let's discuss business. Indeed. I think I know who you're talking about. You seem to have an inexplicable soft spot for this girl. Curiously, I don't think you even know her name. It matters a lot. The price of an item depends on its value. Value can be very subjective. To me, for example, she is all but worthless. But she is the mother of your child. Isn't that right? That makes her more valuable to you than you can afford, I'm afraid. I'd rather not. I would, however, gladly negotiate with that patrician friend of yours. His vineyard has risen to quite a bit of fame over these past few years. The chance to make a competitor go bankrupt. Now, that is valuable to me. I have both money and time. Salve, Legate. I hope you have been informed as to the nature of our potential transaction. Go ahead. Oh, well, I must admit, your own wine has been improving steadily since you took control of your family's business. In fact, I'm thinking I can be persuaded to part with Lucia, the sewer in question, in exchange for, say, half your vineyards. How does that sound?
What? That is insane! It's not a fair price for anything! Surely you won't go ahead with this, Legate.
It's called negotiation. Of course, you are free to make a counteroffer, but I should remind you, as the owner of the object of desire, I have the advantage in this game.
The price you demand is excessive. Demanding an overwhelmingly high price for a commodity of a certain value is illegal.
Now, if you believe the law is on your side, you can take this to the Senate. Otherwise, I have made my offer. I see. And let me guess. The easy way is I just hand over my valuable assets to you for nothing. And the hard way is what? You attack me in my own villa?
What are you doing? I can't. This would lower us to his level. It would turn us into criminals.
Stupid move. There are only two of you, and no time for regrets.
trouble, friend? May worms and maggots penetrate your corpse!
Get the lictors! Get anyone!
By Jupiter. What have we done? We have killed a citizen of Rome. I agree, but it wasn't up to us to deliver justice.
Please don't be so harsh on yourselves, Dominique. You've saved my life today, and the life of my daughter.
I hope you're right, Lucia. Go pick your girl up and take her to my friend's villa.
As you wish, Dominus.
Just Kaiser, please. Thank you for being here for me.
Hercules! What have you done? Silvius!
Who are you? Why did you kill that man? No more blood needs to be spilled here. Please, just tell us what you want. That does not sound like something I would do. How long ago was this? We're just a group of regular citizens who gather regularly to enjoy the finer things in life. Nobody is hurt, I swear on Juno Capratina. The women are here by their own choice. The Senate has outlawed our gatherings, it's true, but only because they don't understand. They've given in to populist sentiment and slanderous rumors, that's all. Nothing we do here is wrong. Listen, I'm certain we can come to some sort of agreement. You are bereaved. Do you seek compensation? Get your hands off me!
witch killed Sylvius. She's mad. Stop her.
Do you want to... Why you make me do this to you, huh? That on yourself. We're nearly done. Go, get the last one. Why you are still standing? I would never. Find your clothes and get out.
Salve. I see you're on your way out. Glad I caught you. In this case, it is I who is here to help you. Or, rather, your friend. Yulia Kalida has got herself into a great deal of trouble, and she has beseeched me to lend her my legal counsel. I told her I would represent her as a favor to you, if you are willing to owe me. For reasons that will become apparent, your friend is forced to maintain a low profile at the moment. She has chosen a discreet meeting spot near the market. Please meet us there today, and she will explain the details of her predicament.
Do you need me?
2 horses in need of new shoes. Go with him to see Sextus, near the Forum, tomorrow.
Our personal supply of endless mirth is almost depleted. Shall I send for a few more barrels from the vineyard? If they have any left. It is becoming a rare commodity these days.
We still have some reserved for this household, I believe. I'll ask them.
We are being summoned to appear at the court. You have committed a criminal offense, or so they claim. Both things can be true. Our actions sometimes cause harm to society, yet we may be unaware. Or perhaps you're being wrongfully accused. Only one way to find out. Someone must have suffered because of something you did. Frankly, there's no way to know unless we visit the magistrate. If we want to defend ourselves, certainly. To be technical, they cannot reach a decision in our absence. But lately, they have started interpreting silence as acceptance. I say it is best to be on the safe side. It is best not to ignore these things. The court may think of your silence as an acceptance of guilt. If you find yourself near the Forum, you should talk to the magistrate. I will meet you there. Despite all of our efforts, he did really position himself well politically. I would not be surprised to see him become a consul soon. Then we should get ready for a disaster of epic proportions. I certainly wish you had found a less illegal and immoral way to eliminate our chief competitor. But I will accept that this can only be good for business. Kaiser will make a good business partner, I believe. We will supply him well with our finest wine and give him the best possible conditions to succeed.
Have a nice day.
Domine?
Don't feel too down about not getting the proconsul position, my dear. It would have been a great boon for our family, but it'll be nice to have you home with me for once. That's right. The winery is going so well. It's difficult to run things without you. Of course, dear. Is there anything I can help you with?
Do you need me? you need me? Have a nice day.
Do you need me?
Statius nearly dropped an amphora full of olive oil in the triclinium. Oh, that boy will be the death of me.
Is your back giving you trouble? My wife is a trained masseuse.
A champion fight will occur on the nones of this month between the legendary gladiators Carpophorus and Garnicus. This entertainment is provided for all the good citizens of Rome by the generous benefactor Marcus Licinius Crassus.
Away. Thank you for coming. Hopefully this matter will be resolved quickly. An admirable quality fit for a true Roman. This is about your servus, Secundus. It seems that last night he got quite drunk. In his intoxicated state, he got into a fight with another servus.
With all due respect, Domine, that's hardly the most relevant question we can ask here.
On the contrary, it's actually a surprisingly relevant question. Not only did he win, he broke the other man's arm.
Oh.
It is not my place to tell you how you should handle your servi. I am not a censor. Nevertheless, the punishment of your servus is not the topic of this hearing. He is your servus, is he not? His actions fall under your purview and responsibility. There's not much to say. The evidence is irrefutable. The other servus was severely injured, costing his dominus valuable labor. Furthermore, there are criminal charges. This kind of violence is not to be tolerated. The sentence for the first offense will be mandatory. In total, this means you will have to pay 200 denarii to the offended dominus and 100 denarii to the state. Do you contest this ruling?
This is ill-advised.
On what basis are you contesting the ruling? Well, it is a relevant question, actually. Witnesses claim there was a heated exchange and some distasteful claims about the profession of your mother. No matter what the reason is, there is loss of labor. Perhaps. Some damage was still caused. There's nothing to be gained by resisting legal institutions. Perhaps. Some damage was still caused. Enough talking. My decision is made. You've made a good case, and your arguments are solid. I can't ignore the damage your service has caused, but you will receive a reduced sentence. This time.
An auction of fine servi will be held tomorrow by the house of Erasinus. Learned Greeks captured in the war against Mithridates. strong-backed workers from Hispania and Mauritania. Erasmus has stairway for every budget.
My cousin was at Alexandria, you know, on one of Vitellius Lurco's ships.
How did they manage to take the city?
The ships arrived just in the nick of time. Apparently the legions were nearly routed.
Finally! Mecasta, I was starting to think you wouldn't come.
There he is, the man of the hour.
I need your help. They will kill me. I need someone to defend me at the court tomorrow.
If this is a court case, I would surely like to know more. Tell me exactly what happened, but do so calmly.
It's a long story. What do you want to know? Feels like a lifetime ago. Before I joined the Legion, I killed my husband. Not by choice, but I was pretty, I guess, and that represented a political opportunity for my father. He never liked the fact that I was interested in men's things. He thought marriage would, in his words, tame me, as if I'm a wild animal needing to be domesticated. It's not that easy. No matter how far I try to run, my past keeps catching up with me. Julius Calidus is a warrior of renown in the Legion, and he has slain countless men. He's a hero. Julia Calida has slain only one man. She is a murderer. And whenever I enter Rome, I turn back into Julia, the husband killer. He was an extremely controlling man. I couldn't leave the villa except in his company. Everything about how I dressed, who was allowed to visit me, all was decided by him. I couldn't live that way. We fought about it all the time. One of those fights took place atop the grand staircase. It got very heated. I pushed him. I wish I could tell you he died for a better reason. That he was a criminal, or that it was some grand conspiracy, or even just that he was hitting me. But his cruelty was of a much more insidious sort. And to the people of Rome, his was a perfectly acceptable way to treat his wife. This whole thing is their fault. When my brother Aulus finally invited me to dinner, I thought everything was going to be fine. Not exactly. They were setting me up for another marriage. Can you believe it? Everything was fine at first, and Aulus was speaking up for me. Now that my father is dead, he is pater familias after all. Then suddenly, this ridiculous mule walks in, Burianus Crispus. I didn't even expect that kind of surprise.
That's a common characteristic of surprises.
Rome. Look, I am a murderer. And I thought we were over this with my family, but... pretty much. The moment I refused this new marriage they set up for me, Mother turned me in. I barely escaped. Thank you. I hadn't noticed. Any other brilliant observations you want to share with the class?
Your emotions are understandably frayed, Domina. But please do remember who your friends are in this trying time.
There will be a hearing tomorrow where they will try me for the murder of my late husband. I may be sentenced to death. I need Kikoro to advocate on my behalf.
Matricide. It's a difficult situation. Was he a particularly cruel man?
Not by Roman standards.
I would certainly not use that line in front of the public. Please answer my question.
He was a bit full of himself, but actually he didn't really do anything bad to me.
He didn't even whip you a little bit?
You think he could have?
Indeed not. A pity. This makes defense difficult. I didn't say that. I welcome the challenge, but you will owe me a great deal. You do have the respect of many who served under you. I will count on you to exert your influence when I run for consul in a few years' time.
Thank you. It would be impossible to repay you, but this means a lot to me. I feel like I'm multiple people in one. Yulia Calida the warrior, and Yulia Calida the murderer. I don't really know which one I am, but I can't be both.
We will see what happens. Walete, don't be late tomorrow.
I will not tolerate these hijinks in my court. Both parties to this case have selected me as your Iudex Privatus. Show some respect, or go find someone else to preside. Is that clear? Let us continue then. To the accused, I pose this question. Why did you kill your husband?
Be very careful, Calida. I am here to argue on your behalf, but your answers will ultimately determine your fate.
Nevertheless, that was the outcome.
Intentions do matter. Many healers, in trying to cure a sickness, end up killing the patient. Does that mean the healer is a murderer?
What's your point, Senator? Was she trying to heal her husband? Your client isn't known as a healer.
Certainly not. She's one of the most capable warriors of Legio Victrix. We know she is capable of killing a man like her late husband. However, her capabilities alone do not constitute evidence.
Intentions. Very well. Let us assume that death was accidental. Was she loyal to her husband?
Is that why you killed him, dear?
Must we endure constant heckling by the accused's mother?
It almost feels like you want your daughter convicted, Domina. Was it you who called on the court?
It was not. I did. I am the pater familias. Maybe that's where you belong indeed. You surely don't belong with us.
I do not understand exactly how you ended up in the Legion. Are they drafting women now?
He's questioning your character. That was artfully done. You didn't speak an uncomfortable truth, but you also did not lie.
Lucullus was a great imperator. If he picked you, he obviously must have seen something we do not. I think you are a dishonest person by nature, but Lucullus, I would trust even in death. I'm growing tired of this proceeding, and frankly, I've more or less made up my mind. Would the parties please repeat their demands?
We want her executed or exiled for her crimes against our family.
And we want her exonerated and free to walk the streets of Rome. I would ask the honored Iudex to take into consideration that my Cleons was once a friend of your nephew, Julius Caesa.
Very well. Since the incident in question happened years ago, evidence is in short supply. Thus, I must decide based on my own observations. Despite her generally deceptive personality and her unwomanly profession, I have concluded with reasonable certainty that Yulia Callida is not guilty. I have found myself unable to decide without a shadow of a doubt, and doubt should benefit the accused. You are free, Domina.
Congratulations. I believe my work here is done.
You know I had no choice, sister. It was my duty. But despite it all, I am glad you're free. I will resolve to be a better man.
Excuse me.
I've taken care of the payment. There's just one more matter we need to address. Secundus himself. An interesting decision. I will see to it that he's trained properly.
Is everything well, dear?